Hey everyone, it's Kute here, checking in with you today. You know, have you ever had a hunch or a sense of something, or a gut feeling, or an intuition, or just something told you to do something or to not do something? Here's my question to you. Did you listen to your intuition? Did you listen to that hunch? Did you listen to your inner guidance? Intuition is often the way the universe, the divine, the infinite intelligence is whispering to you and speaking to you and guiding you. What I found over the years is not listening to your intuition, to your innate gut intelligence, is extremely expensive. And if you listen to your intuition, you will be profoundly guided in ways that your mind cannot even imagine. Yet so often, have you ever had a moment in your life where you're guided to do something, and perhaps the intuition or the guidance is not something you want to hear, or not something you want to do? You know, perhaps you've been in a relationship and you pray for guidance. God, universe, please tell me what to do. And you get a hunch, you get intuition about your relationship, you get intuition about your job or the situation, and it's not what you want to hear. And rather than acknowledging it or telling the truth to yourself about what you're hearing, what do we do sometimes? Sometimes we ignore it. I call it the la 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 I'm not hearing syndrome. Have you ever done that? We've all done that. You know, I just had an interesting experience the other day. I was driving up to a conference in San Francisco, had a great time. 4.5 hours it took me driving to Northern California from LA now. That's pretty fast, okay? And I was driving back on a sunny Sunday afternoon, and I hear this noise on the freeway kind of coming out my car. My foot's on the accelerator, no problem. I take my foot off the accelerator to slow down in a little traffic, and I hear this screeching sound in my car. But meanwhile, I'm having a great time. The sun's out. I'm listening to the music, just cruising along the 101, about to get onto the 5, and I start hearing this noise. And I'm like, wow, what's that strange noise? And, you know, have you ever had a moment where, like, you kind of don't want to acknowledge the noise or something that doesn't quite feel right? And I had one of those moments. I'm like, I'm hearing a noise, but maybe, I remember telling myself, maybe if I ignore it, or maybe if I just turn the music up, it will just go away. And I almost went into this la 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 la, I don't hear the noise moment. We've all had those moments. What I want to tell you right up front is, not listening to your intuition, the noise, is tremendously expensive. So there I am driving on the freeway, pull over, and I'm hearing the noise get louder. And I'm right about to get onto the 5 freeway to come straight down LA. And I realized in that moment I had a choice point. Am I going to actually pay attention to this noise that my car's making, or am I going to just power through and ignore what I'm hearing in an effort to get back to LA as quickly as possible? Sometimes we're trying to get somewhere so quickly that we have ulterior motives, that we don't listen to our intuition. Sometimes we want something to happen so badly, a relationship, a job, a certain situation, so much, we're so invested in it, we're attached to it, we're identified with it so much that we don't want to listen to the truth that we feel. And yet we know what we feel, but simply don't acknowledge it. So I pull my car over. I was in a bind. It was a Sunday, no mechanics around. Finally, I decided to get my car towed. Got it towed to a dealer, to an auto shop. They checked it out. They said, "Man, your car is not ready and fit to drive." So follow my intuition. Do not drive to LA, and convince the kind auto guy, the auto mechanic owner, to take his trailer out and towed my car from Northern California to LA. Turns out, when I got to my hometown mechanic in LA, he says, "Kute, had you driven this car a few more miles, you would have completely destroyed, and I mean destroyed, the engine of your car. And that would mean a minimum of $10,000 to fix and get the engine up and running, if not $15,000 to redo to get a new engine." I was like, thank God I listened to my intuition. In what situations do you have an intuition? Are you sensing something? Are you having an internal knowing but not listening to your internal knowing? And what is it costing you? Not listening to your intuition is extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. Turns out my mechanic has just given me a quote, and he says, Kute, because you didn't drive and towed it down, you got a great deal for towing it down. He says it's going to cost you a few $100s plus labor to fix your car versus $15,000. Needless to say, I was overjoyed at the situation. Overjoyed. And I was thinking, wow, it could have been so much worse had I not listened to my intuition and forced my way to drive down to LA, went against what I was feeling inside, not listened to the realities. I probably would have ended up stuck on the 5 freeway, and had you been driving down the 5 freeway, you would have seen me, trying to get a ride, trying to pick up a ride, trying to get some help. So, key thing, listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. That's the first thing. Second thing is, many times we listen to our intuition, but we don't want to acknowledge our intuition. It's one thing to listen to your intuition and hear it and go, okay, I hear it. It's another thing to embrace it and really, truly, profoundly acknowledge, like, okay, this is the truth. Listen and acknowledge it. Then the third thing is acting on the intuition. Perhaps you're in a relationship that you know is not healthy for you. Perhaps you're in a relationship that you know is not really compatibly or truly aligned, yet you're in it because you're afraid or you feel over-responsible or it's just become comfortable, but you know inside it's not right. How many times have we gotten into relationships, even before we get into the relationship, we have an intuition, this person is not quite right for me, or is not really a good match for me, or is not going to bring out my best self, and we go against that intuition. And we end up betraying ourselves in an effort to try and force something or make something work. So the third thing is, take action, make conscious choices with awareness to put your intuition into practice, to put your intuition into daily practice in your life. Now that's the third key, okay? And the more you develop your intuition, the more you listen to your intuition, the more you honor your guidance, the more you will be guided, the more guidance and inspiration and intuition will flow to lead you and guide you beyond your mind to the exact place that you need to be. So number 4, going in the wrong direction faster is not going to take you to the right place or destination any more quickly. Going in the wrong direction faster does not take you into the right direction or destination any more quickly. And one of the things that creates pain, one of the things that ends up creating suffering is what I call the la syndrome. We sense something, we know something, we feel a gut feeling, and we don't want to deal with the truth. We don't want to really acknowledge our intuition, our guidance. We often don't want to deal with the truth. So what we do is what's called denial. I'm not hearing myself, and we end up making choices that don't truly support our blossoming, our growth, and our truth. So where in your life do you need to truly get in touch and listen to your intuition? Your body will guide you. If you tune into your body, and if you really allow yourself to become still, to get under the mind for a moment, there is a part of each and every one of us, if we're honest and still enough, that knows, that can feel the truth of a person, a relationship, a situation, a circumstance. We can feel, but we must have enough courage to be courageous enough to be honest with ourselves about the truth. So where in your life do you need to acknowledge and embrace your gut feeling, your internal wisdom, your intuition? Where in your life are you pretending to not know? What are you pretending to not know about a situation or a circumstance in your life? I want to encourage you to have the courage to listen to the truth of your heart and live that boldly as a daring adventure. Love now.